What's up, Sacramento? We're heading into a quiet time of the year, but let's get into what happened in October of 2025 in Sacramento. According to the BIA, that's the Building Industry Association, our members sold 507 homes in October. That's the fourth highest. That's up 18% from last month, and it's the fourth highest October in the last decade. So sales are really happening in the new home space, but not necessarily happening in the rest of the market. Let's get into why. Builders are giving huge incentives, but those are starting to go away. So if you're looking for a special deal right now, there's a little bit of a window, but we're starting to see that go away slowly but surely because sales are still happening on the new home side. So what's going on in the resale market? Based on the data that we track from Trend Graphics, the average price for a sold home in October for the 4-county region that we track dropped to $668,000, or down about 1.2%. And the active price was only down about 0.2% to $801,000. Now that's a small spread, so the listings are not coming down to match the market. And we're seeing that, that's what the stagnation is in the market, is the sellers aren't realistic. So listen to your real estate professional, and that's where the tricks are right now. Number of homes sold in October was 1,635. That's down 6.1% from September and down 4.8% from this same time last year. Pending sales also dropped, but only about 0.9%. And then but those are up 6.8% from this same time last year. We're seeing more homes coming off the market and less homes going on the market. That's reducing the overall volume and the overall active listings, and you'll see that in the chart here. Days on market is still climbing. It's up a whopping 2 days from last month and to 51 days. Now, that's still a relatively flat area, and we've seen that trend line kind of starting to flatten out after the jump up during the summer. Sold price to list price is at 96%, meaning that homes are selling for 4% less than their list price, meaning that sellers are getting pretty realistic and buyers are hunting for the right deal right now, but that's been relatively flat for the last several months at that 96%, meaning that we still have a very healthy market, but there are buying opportunities. So while we are statistically a seller's market based on months of inventory, we are in a buyer's market because buyers have choice, and there's plenty of choice out there right now. Let's get into inventory. Inventory stayed relatively flat, 2.5 months. Still, statistically, 6 months is a balanced market. 4 months and less is a seller's market, but that doesn't tell the whole story. We are still very much, I think, it feels like a buyer's market because buyers have a lot of choice right now. Sellers, if you are priced correctly, your home sells relatively quickly, but you've got to listen. If you could try and go a little above where the market threshold is, you're going to sit massively on days on market, and that's where we're seeing the days on market increase, is those sellers that tried to stretch a little too much, and it really ends up circling the drain because now all you end up with is days on market, which means you end up with a much lower sales price in the end, and we're seeing that a lot right now. So we're seeing a lot of frustration on sellers' parts because they didn't listen or they thought they knew better than the market. The market, it always knows better than any of us. It's going to tell us if we are right or wrong. Mortgage rates kicked up in the last couple of weeks. It's counter to everything economically that we're seeing. There's just a lot of chaos in that market right now. I don't see big rate reductions happening anytime soon. I know there's a ton of you that are out there that are waiting for prices to drop and rates to drop. Those don't go together, just FYI. But what we're going to see is I think you're probably going to stay somewhere in this mid to low 6 range for the foreseeable future. We might get one more Fed rate drop. I think the second Fed rate drop is probably going to disappear, at least in the short term. So if you're waiting for rates to drop, you're going to miss out on equity. While prices are coming down a little bit, now's your time. There is a great window of opportunity right in this next couple of months to buy until we get into spring selling season, which it seems like that's going to be where some activity is going to start to kick in. New homes is where the best deals are right now. Whether it's one of our communities or our friends in the industry, we know where to get the best deals right now, but it's only on inventory homes. It's not on homes that are under construction or future phases. So lean into us, lean into our experience, leverage what we know in the market to be able to help you get a great deal. There's a moment in time and it's going to be closing very rapidly. We're already seeing incentives starting to shrink and prices starting to get much more stable right now. And that's because the inventory is dropping on the new home side. We talked about this earlier. We had 507 new home sales. That's up 18% just in October. October is normally a quiet month. So it's definitely happening right now, but this moment in time is going to end really quickly. So if you're looking, New Homes is absolutely the place to get the best deal, and we're the #1 awarded new home brokerage in Sacramento. We would love to help you get there. Guys, our job is to help you move up in life. Let Next get you from where you are to where you want to be. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss another update. Guys, I'm Christopher Brown with Next New Homes Group and Next Real Estate Group. We will see you next time.